Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you are with us. Don't forget, you can check out Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy at golftalkradio.com. We have a new Pass for Robles Golf Club Golf Package Contest. The drawing is going to be on Saturday, July 28th. All you have to do is visit golftalkradio.com, fill out the winner trivia form, and type in the word Paso, and you're in. No purchase necessary. Don't forget to check out Pass Robles In at passroblesinn.com or call them at 800-676-1713. And also the Pass Robles Golf Club, passroblesgolfclub.com, 805-238-4722 for tee times. So we appreciate both of those fine establishments packaging together. It's a $500 package, so we've given away 2 so far. We've got 1 more to give away on July 28th, so get in.
You're really awesome, Mike. You're just awesome. I'm in awe
Thanks, man.
of you a lot.
Well, you're awesome, too.
Thanks, buddy. It gives me great pleasure, and I'm going to have you read the Sandy Tatum Leadership Award definition here in a minute. But like I mentioned, I was at Pebble Beach last week in our 5th annual NorCal Academy, which is 10 chapters of the first tee from Northern California. We are the most southern of those, and Northern Nevada. So there's 60 kids. Each chapter brings in 5 people. Those young people are selected by their coaches and their chapter to represent them in a leadership capacity. They're out, the coach recognizes their talents and not only their golf game, but most importantly their character and their leadership abilities. And it just so happens that one of the young ladies from our chapter won the most prestigious of the 3 awards they give out, which is called the Sandy Tatum Award. But she's with us. Get close to the microphone, young lady. How are you this morning?
Good, Billy. Thanks for having me on here.
It's a pleasure to have you on here, and it's a little hectic at times here, but there's a lot of good hearts in this building, a lot of nice people in this building, but a little hectic. So I want you to calm down because I can see you're flying all over the place over there. But
alrighty.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then so you can kind of describe a lot of the stuff that you went through. Instead of me telling everybody what the academy is all about, we'll let you try to do it. But how long have you been with the first year in playing golf?
About 4 years.
And you've been playing golf that same amount of time?
Yes.
How'd you get so good so fast?
Practice, hard work, really wanting it.
Wow, so desire has a lot to do with it?
Yes.
Forgot to mention your coach. Let's try it again. How'd you get so good so fast?
I want to thank my first tee coaches, Julia and Billy.
I'm just kidding. You just answer any way you want. What is the NorCal Academy? What is it?
So the NorCal Academy is a leadership and also a golf experience where you learn about how to communicate with others and really become a community and a group, all while playing golf. We played at Poppy Hills, and then we had some guest speakers too. It was very inspirational. There was really a lot to learn from it.
Where was it located?
Pebble Beach. So
that's a tough area, huh?
Yeah.
Hang out. Did you get to go down to Pebble Beach and check out the course and hang out and stuff? Did you do that?
Yeah, we explored down there. It was a good time.
It's a pretty nice place. You've been there before.
Yes.
And
beautiful.
So you mentioned that you had guest speakers. Do you remember any of their names?
Yes, one was John Scott Sen. So he's a young man that plays high school golf. He's very inspirational. And Bobby Clampett was another. It was good to hear about his experienes.
He did a great clinic too, did he?
Yes.
It was really great. And John Scott was with the Academy last year. He was most inspirational. He has about special needs, and he's busted apart and has braces on his hands. One hand is crippled up, and his leg is braced. And he's a trooper, man. He just plays right along with everybody else. He plays a lot of golf, plays a lot of tournaments. Wow. So you would not know that he was afflicted in any way, especially from his spirit. So that's why he came back in. And a little nervous on his speech, don't you think?
A little bit.
A little bit, but it's hard to talk in front of big groups and stuff. So, but that's why he came back. So, because he got that most inspirational award, which was the Kathy Wagner Award. You know who that is?
Yeah, I know Kathy Wagner.
How many participants?
I think there were 54.
And did they stay in hotels?
We stayed at Robert Louis Stevenson School, so it was a beautiful campus.
Sounds like a nice school. Where is it located?
Pebble Beach, right off Spyglass.
It is right on Spyglass. Yeah, so it's a high school.
Yes.
Did you know that Bobby Clampett went to that high school?
I didn't know.
I think he talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, he did, and he played for that team. And his home course was Pebble and Spyglass and Cypress Point, which was not a bad place to play a little bit of golf. You know what it costs to go to school there every year?
$40,000 or $50,000.
$57,000. I think, Mike, you went there 3 years?
No, I felt I was a penny short.
If you would have had that paper route.
They're very precise, very black and white. What had the paper?
So the school,
that's what did it.
The campus is pretty amazing, and during the summer when there's no school involved, they have a lot of different camps. They had a jazz festival. Jazz kids come from jazz camp were there. The Nike golf schools were there. So there's dorm. They stay in dorms, and it's just like a college setting, but it's a high school. But it's just like a college setting, right?
Yeah.
So did you behave at night? See, none of us were around at nighttime. So did you try to sneak out of the room?
No.
Would you have said so right now if you did?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
There were some that did, which was not good because we have good eyes and stuff around that place. Because it's funny because they're away from their parents, so we have to take care of these young people. So there has to be rules. So and there's a few that always test the rules. She was not one of those. So your daughter was great, by the way. She was great. How did you get into this academy?
So kind of like you said, the first tee coaches from their chapter, they recognize the kids that are good golfers, but more importantly, better leaders. And they really show the commitment to the first tee. And then after that, you fill out the application with a couple essay questions. And that's about it.
Yeah, so it make it sound simple. It's not that simple. And they don't have to be good golfers. It helps. I mean, they're the criteria to get in like the first tee open or the Pure Insurance Open. Yeah, you got to be a pretty good golfer. But in this one, you didn't have to be. You didn't have to know how to play the game. Obviously, you're playing Poppy Hills, which is a big golf course.
Yeah, it's huge.
So if you can't, you got to have enough skill to play the big golf course. But it's not really part of the requirement. The requirement, is that the right word? Yeah, it's not part of what's required. Your coaches identify you and choose you as participants for your loyalty and your commitment. It's mostly your character and who you are, and then those names get up into our chapter. And if there's more than 5, then your essays come involved, and you write your essays. It's also good practice for college applications.
Yes.
Which I'm sure you'll be writing many, many of those.
Oh, yeah.
So was it I understand you won a couple things, so we'll talk about a couple things. So is it a competition?
There was a team competition.
What do you mean?
There are 5 teams, each a color group, and then we have various competitions. One was a skit. The golf activities we did were part of the competition. Also, there were just some exercise activities, so just a lot of different things. And then we had thank you notes we wrote too, so it was kind of bringing together all the first tee, everything they stand for.
So all of those things were competitions?
Most
of those things? So,
they were competitions, but they were also just a learning experience.
so was there a big scoreboard somewhere?
Yes.
And you mentioned there's your golf activities or competitions, like what?
When we played at Poppy Hills, we did have a scramble, so the scores counted for that. Also at Peter Hay, we had another big scramble, so the scores for that as well.
What's a big scramble mean?
We had the whole team at Peter Hay, so there were 5 groups. Each of them had 10 or 11 kids, so we had a lot of people.
Scramble.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And anything exciting happened in your group?
Yes, one of the girls on our team had a hole-in-one.
Really?
It was
Awesome.
amazing.
It never hit the green. Rattled the
Straight
pitch
in.
straight in the hole. It was awesome. 2 years in a row, the team that I was with
That
had a
is
hole in one.
amazing.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and they're a really nice girl. She's going off to Colorado College. Is that right? She's up.
Yeah, I think Regis University.
Yeah, she's going up to Regis. So, so this color group thing. What color group were you on?
Blue.
And how'd you do?
We won, so we had a lot of fun while doing it, though, so I think that matters too.
So, do you have any decent? Who were the coaches of that group?
Billy. Billy, Coach Jill, and we had one more coach.
Brian.
Yes.
So we had a good back-to-back. Blue team won it back-to-back. Obviously, the coaches have to. My coach strategy is to let them make all the decisions. I empower them 100%. Got to keep them, being pleasant and respectful, which was easy for our group.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was never an issue. The kids we had on our team were great, but basically they make. Most of the captains are pairing the scramble. They make there's 2 foursomes and a threesome.
Yeah.
So they do the pairings. I'm just let you guys pick. Go ahead, whatever you want.
How many holes was the big scramble? Did you guys do?
The one to 11 people.
Yeah.
That was at Peter Hay. We played all 9 holes.
I played all 9. Nice.
And we were 8 under.
Yes.
Great little course.
That is
Two pars and an ace, and the rest birdies.
Wow.
And I think we were tied.
We were tied.
We were tied. Someone else shot 8 under. And we were 8 under at Poppy as a team as well. Poppy played long and hard, man.
Yeah.
But we were 8 under as a team as well. And that was was there someone at 9? I think some team came at 9. I'm not
Was
sure.
that 18
I think
holes
so.
at that one? You guys
We
played that? Or you
played.
played 9?
We
or-
tried to get 18 in, but time because Bobby Clampett's clinic, we had to stop a certain time. Most of we got 17 holes in one of our groups, and the other 2 got 16.
Yeah.
But since it was shotgun, they had to find the holes that everybody played. So they went to the maximum holes that everybody played, and they took the scores from those holes.
Got it.
Because not everybody started on one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
But they did. I think it was 14 holes they used.
Wow.
To count the score because everybody played those 14 holes. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's
They
what
were
we did.
8 under?
Yeah, we were 8 under.
Wow.
Pretty dang good.
Yeah, because the greens are bigger than parking lot out there.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yes, they are.
I think Nikki plays it once a week. Don't you play up there a lot?
I played there about a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
love
awesome.
that course. I love it. We need
So,
to play more often.
I've asked you this a lot, but I could be more proud of you. I mean, you're one of the, and it's as far as the 3 awards given out, and I'm going to have Dave, if you don't mind, you read the, or Mike, one of you two read the Sandy Tatum. They give 3 awards out. One's most inspirational. One's that the most, that kind of handled the core values the best, that exhibited all the values. And then there was the outstanding participant or leadership, if you will, which was a Sandy Tatum, which you're right. He was an amazing leader in the golf industry, especially Northern Cal. Never turned pro, but never needed to. I mean,
No, he didn't.
They kept asking him to, but he said it would take away the love of the game if he had to play for money. So anyway, those 3, she won the most outstanding. But when the coaches all get together and try to discuss who do we nominate, and you're not really allowed to nominate someone from your own team, which makes sense because we're pretty biased, right? So I couldn't chime your name in there. Of course, I'm screaming it.
Well,
inside,
that's okay.
Screaming it inside my head, but I wasn't allowed to. So. Not from your own chapter, not from your own team, but from your own chapter, right? So,
okay.
So I said Adam from our group I thought was outstanding, and he was just really cool.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
But as soon as your name popped out from someone else, it was awesome because then everybody's hand went up. Said that's the girl that deserves it. So they're watching throughout the whole week. So this vote is right before we leave for the end of the academy. We vote right at the very end, so they can watch the behaviors of these people all week long. And when her name came out, I'm sitting in the back going, somebody mentioned her name, somebody mentioned her name.
Nice.
And they did, and they were like, yes, absolutely, Claire Alford. And so I just brought tears to my eyes going, because just who she is. She's that person, right, Mom?
Yes.
She is that person.
Thank you, Billy.
But you are. And you're always going to be that way. You're so kind, and you're so talented, but you're smart, really, really smart. Dave, she probably did know about Sandy Tatum, too. I don't know that, but I know she studied him since. What are your future plans? I know you're going to be a sophomore, is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
I will be a sophomore.
So you don't really need to know your future plans right yet.
Not quite, but I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
I want to be an anesthesiologist when I grow up, so I'm definitely working hard to keep my education first.
Wow.
I can't even spell that. Can you spell that?
Yes.
Okay, you don't have to. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
Can you?
No,
I
I
don't think
couldn't.
I could either. So you want to be an anesthesiologist. Awesome. Do you have any future plans with golf?
I've considered playing golf in college. I'm not really sure because with the lab classes you take in a biology major, it makes it really hard to play it your last 2 years, but my first 2 years, it's definitely an option. I'm just kind of seeing where I go, but definitely working as hard as I can, and wherever it goes is wherever it goes.
And which is cool. One of the things that when they're reading the awards, the description of who wins what, the Sandy Tatum one is one that is not actually has to be focused more on golf, but business and life and goal setting away from golf is great, but that's what Tatum he didn't want. He wanted other things and explore other things.
Yeah.
So when that came out, that's Claire because she's also exhibited all the core values. So that would have been an easy one too. That's a Tom Morton Senior one. So, but which her name came up on that one as well. But when they mentioned the qualifications for the Sandy Tatum, it was fitter to a T. Dave, you want to read, Mike or Dave, you want to read this? This is a little bit about Sandy Tatum. He did just pass away a year ago.
I did not know about that. 'Cause
Yeah,
he was quite a guy.
He had a good life though. He was 94 or something like that.
It says Sandy Tatum attended Stanford University, where he was a member of Stanford's golf team, which won back-to-back NC2A men's championships in 41 and 42. In 1942, Tatum won the individual NC2A title. He's a member of the Stanford Athletic Hall of Fame, Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame, and the Northern California Golf Association Hall of Fame. From 1978 to 80, Tatum served as president of the United States Golf Association and served on the USGA Executive Committee from 72 to 80. Sandy was also very influential in bringing Pebble Beach golf links into the U.S. Open rotation of courses. In the early 2000s, Tatum also led a successful campaign for renovation of the Harding Park Golf Club in San Francisco, which is host for the First Tee of San Francisco, which had previously hosted numerous PGA events, but which had fallen into disrepair. Boy, did it ever. He was also involved in the design and development of the links at Spanish Bay Golf Course in Pebble Beach, California. And he makes his bed every morning.
Yes, he does.
Wow, those
No,
are
he
great
was
golf
he
courses.
was quite a guy.
He is an amazing
Or
guy,
was.
but he's also the one, and Dave quoted him last week that it was during Wingfoot and says, they're talking that you're trying to embarrass the players, you're trying to embarrass the best players in the world, and he said, no, we're not trying to embarrass them, we're trying to identify them, and we were talking about how tough the
Right.
course play, but this was back when it was at Wingfoot, and Tatum was the one that said, the chairman says, we're not trying to embarrass them, we're trying to identify them. But he's such a fine person in the golf world, as are you, young lady. So,
Thank you, Billy.
I don't know if you're going to stick around or not, but I'm going to ask these questions to the panel. So I'm going to ask them to you and see if you can think back of are you 16 or 15 or 16? How old are you?
I'm 14. I'll be 15 in July.
So you haven't experienced as much as someone like Mike has, who I think, what are you, 67?
49 in about a month.
I know, that's so cool.
Crazy.
That's neat, man.
Yeah.
Favorite hole you've ever played, ever? Favorite hole?
Ever.
Local and then anywhere. Locally, what's your favorite hole?
Locally,
Yeah.
I think I will go with Rancho Maria, hole number 7. That one's a tricky dogleg right.
That's a fun hole.
And then ever, I think I will go with, where was I just at? Spanish Hills. Their first hole was pretty fun too.
Just happened to be down at Spanish Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then she just played a tournament like Thursday. Came in second to up there at Chalk Mountain. How about so Spanish Hills was anywhere and local was the 7th hole at Rancho?
Yes.
What is the 7th hole? I'm trying to picture this.
I know.
Par five.
All of us
It's
were.
got the bell.
Yeah,
Par
it's the
five.
bell.
The bell?
It's got the bell, dogleg right over the hill, blind second
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
It's a fun hole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've almost
and the
killed
cows
people under that.
Oh,
green.
of course.
Yes.
I fired into groups onto that green before.
Yeah.
Little bunker down the hill, the
Yeah.
bunker right
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
It's funny when she said that all of us have our fingers in
Yeah,
the
we
air
got
going, like
those.
drawing the course.
7.
Yeah, there it is.
What is the hardest hole you've ever played?
The hardest hole.
Local and anywhere.
Local, I want to say probably Rancho Maria, hole 7. That one's hard. I like it. It's a good
So
challenge.
you
though.
like it? It's your favorite, and it's the hardest. So you like the
Locally.
challenge.
And then Spanish Hills, hole 18. They had a really tricky over the water shot for the last one.
We got to get down and play Spanish Hills. I've never played it.
I've never played it.
It's a nice little course there.
If you could play any golf course ever, anywhere, they just gave you a free pass to go on it. Where would you go?
Pebble Beach.
And who would you play with?
I would play with you, Billy.
That's my girl.
Nice. That's
He
cool.
learned quick.
That's easy. We can make that happen.
Oh yeah,
That's possible. So, but
one day.
But are you going to? I know we have to go to break, and Mike's passed the clock here, and I apologize to you.
No, it's
Michael.
all. We're good.
But
Good.
thank you for being who you are. I've never been more proud of anybody. I knew it from the moment we met that you were a leader and an outstanding young person, and you're just going to be. That's your whole life. So
Thank you, Billy.
choose wisely and continue on that successful road. All right.
Okay.
All right. So don't leave yet, and we'll
And
just
keep
see if you
playing
want.
golf.
Yes.
No matter what, you need balance in your life. Keep playing golf.
Yeah,
That's so true.
definitely.
Golf swing needs balance too,
Yes.
Boy, does it ever. Right, Nikki?
That's
Nick?
correct.
and center.
Yes.
Working that core. Look at see how I'm tight. My core's all good. What are you laughing at? She just laughed at me.
I don't know.
We
It's
appreciate
just
you.
swollen from all the work.
I
I've been
know. Well, you run around a
doing.
lot.
I do, man.
You do,
That's why I
man.
had 1.5 crunches I did a week ago.
You'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm getting there.
All right, Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by McPhee's Grill of Templeton. Check out McPhee's Grill. Hometown cooking through and through. Don't forget to try their macadamia-encrusted mahi-mahi. They have their own butcher shop, and Ian has his own barbecue sauce, so you can take Ian McPhee's food home with you. Give them a call at 805-434-3204, mcpheesgrill.com. And you can also get $25 gift cards through Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Bill. You can call us here at 805-903-1974 or play fantasy golf at pgatour.com, and we'll give those away as prizes. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on the Golf Talk Radio Network.